What if the pickup truck you thought you knew just became smarter, tougher, more comfortable, and seriously more exciting to drive? The 2026 Ford Ranger is here to prove that a midsize truck doesn't have to choose between rugged capability and everyday comfort. Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 2026 Ford Ranger, a pickup that continues to compete in one of the most aggressive segments in the automotive world. Ford has built the Ranger around a simple idea: give drivers the toughness they expect from a truck, while adding the technology, comfort, and road manners they want from a modern vehicle. And when you see this truck in person, the first thing you notice is its attitude. The 2026 Ranger looks wider, more confident, and more purposeful than ever. It has the kind of design that doesn't need to shout to get attention. It simply looks ready for whatever comes next. Starting at the front, the 2026 Ford Ranger immediately delivers a strong visual impression. The front fascia has that unmistakable Ford truck identity, with a bold grille positioned between modern headlights. Depending on the configuration, the grille design and exterior details can give the Ranger anything from a sophisticated urban appearance to a much more aggressive off-road personality. The headlights are another major highlight. Modern LED lighting technology gives the Ranger a sharp appearance while improving visibility at night. The lighting signature helps create a recognizable face, especially when the truck is approaching from a distance. It's a design that feels modern without losing the rugged character that buyers expect from a Ranger. Move lower, and the front bumper reinforces the truck's practical personality. Everything looks purposeful. This isn't a pickup designed simply to look tough in a parking lot. The Ranger's proportions and bodywork communicate that it was engineered to handle real work. From the side, the Ranger has a strong mid-size pickup profile. The hood sits confidently above the front wheels, while the cabin flows into a practical cargo bed at the rear. Strong character lines run along the body, giving the truck a muscular appearance without making the design unnecessarily complicated. The wheel options also play an important role in the Ranger's personality. Depending on trim, buyers can expect different wheel designs and sizes, allowing the truck to look either more refined or more adventurous. Larger wheels combined with all-terrain tires can give the Ranger a particularly impressive stance, especially for drivers who spend time away from paved roads. The wheel arches provide plenty of visual strength, and the ride height gives the Ranger the commanding driving position you expect from a pickup. There's something satisfying about sitting higher than ordinary cars and seeing the road from a more confident perspective. At the rear, the design remains practical and unmistakably truck-like. The tailgate is designed around everyday usability, while the rear lighting continues the modern styling theme. The cargo bed gives owners the flexibility to carry equipment, luggage, outdoor gear, tools, or just about anything else that doesn't belong inside the cabin. And that's one of the Ranger's biggest strengths. It looks good, but the design has a purpose. Now open the door, and the 2026 Ranger starts showing a completely different side of its personality. Inside, Ford has focused heavily on making the Ranger feel more like a modern SUV while keeping the practical nature of a pickup. The cabin is designed around the driver, with controls and displays positioned to make important information easy to see and access. The dashboard has a clean, modern appearance, and, depending on the trim, you can get a combination of digital displays, premium materials, and advanced technology that makes the Ranger feel significantly more sophisticated than older generations. One of the biggest attractions is the large central infotainment display. It gives the cabin a high-tech appearance and provides access to navigation, entertainment, vehicle information, smartphone connectivity, and other functions. The digital interface is especially useful because modern pickup drivers increasingly expect their trucks to work as mobile offices, entertainment centers, and connected devices. And Ford understands that. The Ranger can provide smartphone integration, allowing drivers to connect their devices and access familiar applications without constantly reaching for their phones. That makes longer journeys easier and everyday driving more convenient. The driver also gets a modern instrument display that can present important information clearly. Depending on the configuration, you can monitor driving data, fuel information, vehicle settings, and other useful details without taking your attention away from the road for too long. But technology isn't the only story here. Comfort matters, especially because many Ranger owners will use their trucks every day. Whether you're driving to work, taking the family out, or heading toward a weekend adventure, the cabin needs to be comfortable for hours at a time. The front seats provide a supportive driving position, while the elevated seating position gives the driver excellent visibility over traffic. That commanding view is one of the reasons people love pickup trucks in the first place. The cabin also provides practical storage areas for everyday items. From phones and drinks to tools and travel equipment, the Ranger is designed to accommodate the things you actually carry. Depending on the trim, the interior can also feel surprisingly premium. Higher spec versions bring upgraded upholstery, additional convenience features, enhanced audio systems, and more sophisticated interior finishes. And that creates an interesting balance. You can have a truck that looks ready to climb a mountain outside, but inside, it can feel comfortable enough for a long highway journey. Rear seat space is also important in a mid-size pickup, and the Ranger provides a practical second row for passengers. It may not feel like a full-size luxury SUV, but it gives the truck the versatility needed for families, workers, and adventure-focused buyers. There's also the cargo bed, which remains one of the main reasons to buy a pickup in the first place. Whether you're carrying camping equipment, bicycles, work supplies, or larger items, the Ranger gives you the flexibility that a conventional SUV simply can't provide. Now let's talk about what really matters when you're behind the wheel: performance. The 2026 Ford Ranger offers a range of powertrain choices depending on market and configuration, with turbocharged gasoline engines playing a major role in the lineup. In markets where the available 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine is offered, it produces around 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That's serious output for a midsize pickup. The power delivery is especially useful when accelerating onto highways, carrying equipment, or climbing steep roads. The turbocharged engine provides strong low-end and mid-range torque, which is exactly what you want from a truck. For drivers looking for even more performance, the Ranger Raptor takes things to another level with its high-performance twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter EcoBoost V6. In the US specification, this engine produces an impressive 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. That transforms the Ranger from a practical midsize pickup into a genuinely exciting performance truck. The Raptor is designed for drivers who want to go far beyond normal roads. Its suspension, chassis tuning, four-wheel drive system, and off-road hardware are engineered to handle demanding terrain while maintaining stability and control. But even the standard Ranger is more than capable. Its available four-wheel drive system gives drivers additional confidence when conditions become difficult. Whether you're dealing with mud, gravel, sand, snow, or rough trails, the Ranger can adapt to changing surfaces depending on the configuration and drive modes available. And that's where the Ranger becomes particularly interesting. On the highway, it can behave like a comfortable everyday vehicle. Around town, its elevated driving position makes it easy to see traffic. But when the pavement disappears, the truck has the hardware and ground clearance to keep going. The suspension has been engineered to balance comfort and capability, which is not an easy combination to achieve. A truck that is too soft can feel unstable when carrying heavy loads, while one that is too stiff can become uncomfortable during everyday driving. The Ranger aims for that middle ground. Steering feels controlled and predictable, while the truck remains stable at highway speeds. Acceleration is strong enough for everyday needs, and the available turbocharged engines give the Ranger the torque required for towing and hauling. Fuel efficiency, of course, depends heavily on the engine, drivetrain, trim, tires, driving conditions, and how you use the truck. A turbocharged four-cylinder can offer a reasonable balance between performance and efficiency, while larger and more powerful configurations naturally prioritize output and capability. For buyers who want maximum capability, the Ranger can also offer substantial towing capacity when properly equipped. In US configurations, the Ranger can tow up to approximately 7,500 pounds, making it useful not only as a daily driver but also for trailers, recreational equipment, boats, and work-related loads. And this is where the Ranger makes its strongest argument. It isn't trying to be only a work truck. It isn't trying to be only an off-road machine. And it isn't trying to be only a comfortable family vehicle. It's attempting to combine all three. You can drive it to the office during the week, load it with equipment on Saturday, and head out on an off-road adventure Sunday morning. That versatility is the real reason the Ford Ranger continues to attract attention. The 2026 model brings together bold styling, modern technology, practical space, strong turbocharged performance, and serious truck capability in one package. It looks tougher than a conventional SUV, but it can still deliver the comfort and convenience modern drivers expect. And perhaps the most impressive thing is how balanced the overall package feels. The exterior gives you the confidence of a real pickup. The interior gives you modern technology and comfort. And the powertrain gives you enough muscle to make the truck genuinely useful. So, is the 2026 Ford Ranger worth considering? If you want a midsize pickup that can handle daily driving while still being ready for work, towing, road trips, and off-road adventures, the answer is absolutely yes. The Ranger continues to show why this segment is so competitive. It gives drivers the practicality of a truck without forcing them to sacrifice modern technology or everyday comfort. And with the high-performance Ranger Raptor sitting at the top of the lineup, there's even an option for buyers who want their midsize pickup to feel more like an off-road sports machine. The 2026 Ford Ranger isn't simply about getting from one place to another. It's about having the freedom to decide where the road ends, and then continuing anyway. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video, subscribe to MotorZone, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming car reviews. And now I want to hear from you. Would you choose the 2026 Ford Ranger over its biggest midsize pickup rivals? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.